You know we trap all day, we play all night. This is the life of the life of go get her, go get her, go get her. In the club you see a bad bitch, point her out. Yeah, you're damn right, you're damn right.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to let you all know that Frost DPS for two-handed weapons is not out. I know in the patch 3.2 that they kind of screwed Death Knights on damage and DPS, but they did. Apparently, as anybody that knows that play a Death Knight, you always want to. It's a pure DPS, pure tank class. Any of the builds can tank, and any of them can DPS. But I like Frost DPS the best. You do a lot more damage, higher crits, and you don't have to do a lot of RP burns. So what I'm showing you here is my basic build of Frost DPS. Now there is one little downside to this. One of the skills, I forget which one, you will be getting an attack buff that will allow you to cast Howling Blast with no runes. That will be we're only using that for the bonus stats. We're not using it for the stat itself, because Howling Blast is not going to be on our stat chart right here. But what it's basically going to be doing is, if you use Unholy or Blood, you'll be noticing that you will be using a lot more RP burns than you will notice in Frost. And what an RP burn is, if you don't know, you just use anything that uses runic power, like the Gargoyle, Dancing Rune Weapon, and Death Coil. Anything that uses runic power, that's what you're going to be using during an RP burn. And Frost is a lot more simple. You do not do any RP burns. What you will be doing is gaining runic power and trying to keep it up as much as possible during these fights. You do not want to waste runic power, because you will be using runic power to cast Frost Strike, which will be one of the main causes of your damage. Now, I know what you're thinking. Frost Strike got nerfed. It can now be dodge, blocked, and parried. Well, that really doesn't make a difference. If you have your hit rating capped out anyway, and you're hitting the target from the back, they're not going to dodge miss. If you have your hit rating capped, you're not going to miss. And if you're from the back, they can't dodge parry your block. So just make sure you're behind the target 90% of the time, and you're fine. Frost Strike is still really good. They kind of made it a little weaker, but you can still crit pretty high with it. I crit about 8k with Frost Strike since I respected this one. This is my custom spec. I also did, now before, if you look at the attack right above Frost Strike, that used to be a 5 talent. So I had to figure out 2 talents to put into something else because it didn't really work out. That one, the one above and to the right of Frost Strike used to be 5. Or, I'm sorry, the one just above it used to be 5. I apologize. So I had to figure out something else to put it in that could benefit from you. So I ended up putting it into Improved Frost Presence. Mainly because you can get the extra health bonus and the extra armor bonus when you need it. And you get more health when you go into Blood Presence. I really didn't put a lot of thought into that. I really wanted to get something that would be able to get you something a little more useful during raids. And having the more health doesn't really hurt. The glyphs you're going to be using are Glyph of Obliterate, which causes 20% more damage, which will actually help using with an instant critical strike chance. You get 2 of them. If you look at the 1, 2, 3, 4 rows down, middle bar, that one will give you an automatic critical strike chance on your Frost Strike, Obliterate, and Icy Touch. If you go down 1 more and then over 2, you'll find one that'll have 1 talent into it, and it looks like a swirl. That one's going to be the one that'll also, you can turn that one on, and it'll give you an instant critical strike chance on your Obliterate, Frost Strike, or Icy Touch. Combine those together, it's just 2 instant crits right there, which can majorly help your DPS. Critical strike rating is not really a big issue for your gear, considering that all the talents for Frost increase your critical strike chance, so you don't really have to worry about it. The rotation will be set up. What the rotation for this is you will go either Plague Strike or Icy Touch. You can go either one first. You will do Plague Strike, Icy Touch, Blood Strike, Obliterate, Frost Strike, and repeat. That's the first rotation for this. I will post everything in the description, and I will post the macros in the description. For the minor glyphs, you will be using Glyph of Rise Dead. That one's basically, you're not going to be using the ghoul as much as you would if you were on Holy or Blood. What you're going to be using it for is bonus healing. Now, if you use Death Pack and Rise Ghoul, you can get about 9 to 10k health from that. So if you're in a raid, you're going down pretty fast, and you know he does the boss does a mighty amount of damage. You're going to cast your ghoul, you get 10k health without any bonus healing. I know it has a 3-minute cooldown, but you know, it's just something else that can help out. You'll also be using Horn of Winter. What it does is it increases the duration by a minute, which can also help the cooldown of your Horn of Winter, which is a major part of your runic power gaining. And then Glyph of Blood Tap, which allows it to be used without you losing any health. Blood Tap is also a huge thing about gaining earning power. I will be posting macros, and again, I'll be posting the rotations around in the description. This is two-handed, not one-handed. Do not use dual wielding for this spec. If you use dual wielding, your DPS is going to be in the shitter. This is two-handed Frost DPS. Thank you for watching. Sorry about all my long-ass video. And if you liked my video, subscribe. I'll be posting more. I got some more video blogs coming up. If you liked it, rate high. If you didn't, rate low. It doesn't matter to me, as you've noticed in any of my other videos. Take care.